Every December 31st, as the clock inches toward midnight, billions of people stare at the same ticking numbers, ready to shout, "Happy New Year!" as if yelling loud enough might scare away last year's problems. But here's the twist. The idea of New Year's Day has never been universal. Different civilizations use different calendars, different start dates, and very different rituals. Some celebratory, some chaotic, and one involved the king being slapped in the face. So today, on History with Wits, we're asking, how did the world end up agreeing on January 1st, and why do we celebrate it the way we do? Around 2000 BCE, the Babylonians launched what may be the oldest recorded New Year celebration, called Akitu. It lasted 11 days, which, for the record, makes your 3-day holiday weekend look like a casual nap. Akitu marked the spring equinox, when the world felt new again. The festival involved parades, rituals, and a symbolic reenactment of their creation story. And yes, the king had to be publicly humiliated as part of renewing his authority. Imagine modern presidents doing that before a New Year's speech. In ancient Egypt, the year didn't begin in winter or spring, but with something far more cosmic. The heliacal rising of Sirius, the brightest star in the sky. Its annual appearance aligned with the Nile's flood cycle, which meant life, survival, and renewal. So in Egypt, New Year wasn't about resolutions. It was, thank goodness the Nile is back, or we're in trouble. Meanwhile, in ancient China, New Year celebrations followed the lunar calendar, a tradition that continues today. Early forms date back more than 3,000 years, tied to myth, harvest rhythms, and seasonal cycles. If Babylon started the administrative New Year, China perfected the cultural New Year, packed with ritual, symbolism, firecrackers, and the belief that how you start the year shapes how it unfolds. In other words, the earliest version of "don't mess this up." Across early civilizations, New Year was never just a date. It was a spiritual reset, a political renewal, a seasonal shift, or a cosmic moment. So how did the world settle on January 1st? For that, we head straight into the heart of empire building: Rome. Legend says the earliest Roman calendar, created around 753 BCE, had only 10 months. That's right, no January, no February. The year began in March, perfectly timed with spring and warfare season. Later, Rome's second king, Numa Pompilius, added January and February, bringing the total to 12 months. But even then, January 1st wasn't New Year's Day. March 1st kept the crown. In 153 BCE, a political crisis forced Rome to swear in new consuls early. The chosen date? January 1st. Why? Because January honored Janus, the god of beginnings, gates, and transitions. A perfect symbolic doorway into a new year. During the reign of Julius Caesar, the calendar was a mess. Farmers didn't know when to plant. Festivals were off-season. Bureaucracy was confused. So Caesar acted. In 46 BCE, with astronomer Sosigenes of Alexandria, he reformed the calendar to match the solar year. 365 and a quarter days, with leap years. That year alone lasted 445 days just to fix the mess. It became known as the Year of Confusion. From then on, January 1st officially became New Year's Day for the Roman world. After Rome fell, Europe couldn't agree on a new year at all. Some used March 25th, others December 25th. Some tied it to Easter, which moves every year. Eventually, the Julian calendar drifted 10 days off the solar year. So in 1582, Pope Gregory XIII introduced the Gregorian calendar. One key rule: January 1st stays. Over time, the world followed, and by the 20th century, January 1st became the global administrative New Year, even while cultural New Years remained beautifully diverse. But agreeing on a date didn't mean agreeing on what to do with it. Once January 1st was locked in, humanity did what it does best: added noise, meaning, and a little chaos. And that's where the traditions begin. Fireworks, born in ancient China to chase away evil spirits, now mostly chasing sleep schedules. Countdowns, a modern invention, popularized with synchronized clocks and broadcasting. New Year's resolutions, a Babylonian habit later adopted by Romans and now mostly abandoned by February. Midnight kisses, European superstition meant to secure affection and luck for the year ahead. And celebrating with drinks? Practically universal. It seems humanity has always agreed time moves forward better with a toast. Today, billions of people share the same countdown, even if they celebrate it differently. Beneath the fireworks and hopeful promises, we're repeating ancient instincts: renewal, rhythm, order, and the desire to begin again. January 1st isn't just a date. It's humanity's shared reminder that time keeps moving, but we still get a fresh start. Turning the page won't fix everything, but it always feels good to try. Happy New Year, whenever your new year begins. Remember, history reminds us how we got here, and on this channel, we retell history with wits.